Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I'm Stylosa, and in this video, I want to address feedback I've been getting, because it's quite interesting to see how this sort of changes as YouTube channels get bigger and all of that stuff. So I went to the forums and I was looking around, and then I see the post, and it was like, Stylosa is spreading disinformation. I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute, this is a major accusation, because disinformation, well, I mean, if we go to Wikipedia, disinformation is intentionally spreading false or misleading information that is spread in a calculated way to deceive target audiences. That would mean I'm making videos that are just complete, horrific clickbait that have got nothing to do with Overwatch, that are just there to make money and whatever. That is not true at all, is it? You look at all of my videos, none of them are like that. So the very first post in this thread, well, it's a link to my D.Va buff video, and it says this. Freaking hell, even though he reads the posts on the forums of the developers and even showed tidbits of them in this video, he still goes ahead and says D.Va's gonna get buffed, when all Blizzard's gonna do is fix an ability that doesn't work as intended. That is completely not true. In fact, my friend, that is misinformation or disinformation. Because, D.Va, she's been buffed, right? So they've changed the way Defense Matrix is going to work. So there used to be a dead zone from a weapon's muzzle to where it could actually be intercepted by Defense Matrix. So let's just say, for argument's sake, it was half a meter. That would mean if D.Va was standing on top of the target and had Defense Matrix on it, as the weapon was fired, the projectiles would still hit D.Va, right? It wouldn't be intercepted. Now, though, what they're doing is allowing Defense Matrix to delete projectiles the moment they come out of the muzzle. This means that if she gets hooked by a Roadhog, she can Defense Matrix and she won't take the damage. It means she can stop Zarya from completely using her ultimate at all. I mean, like I even said in the video, Zarya's would run forward and ult the floor, right, when there's a D.Va, because they know that if they fire it into the floor, the distance is so small, D.Va can't eat it with the Defense Matrix, but now D.Va can. So this is a buff, right? This is making an ability better, making an ability stronger, so it's a buff to D.Va. The video title is totally fine. I don't understand how somebody could see that as misinformation. It would be if I was like, oh my god, exclusive D.Va nudes, and then it was no nude pictures of D.Va. You know, or a video that was like, guys, this is the best team build ever, 6 DPS, you don't need supports or tanks. That would be the worst video ever. I don't do that. I've never done that. Holy hell, I have never done that. And then there was another post, and this guy is like, well, he says this, the guy is as trustworthy as the mainstream media. What? Tells people D.Va is fine, then uses old pre-nerf D.Va clips since he can't make plays on the new D.Va. I unsubbed so fast when he tried to pull a switcheroo on his viewers. What? Alright, so that video that he links to is the D.Va Mains video, which is D.Va Mains, don't worry, just play smarter. And it even says on the video, the very video itself, in the first 20 seconds, this footage is pre-nerf, highlighting how easy D.Va was to play. Well, not anymore. This is because what I'm saying in the video is now D.Va players have got to be smarter. You can't just fly around all crazy and do what you like and take damage because you know you can be healed up, and it's great because Anna was still strong and blah, 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 and you had loads of armor. Now you don't, right? So now you've got to be more careful, and this means worse D.Va players will not be as effective. That's what I'm saying in the video. That's why I used old footage, but they'd know that if they watch the video, and this is what drives me slightly crazy, because I'm like, what? But then I noticed these posts have got loads of votes on them, like, upvotes. It's like, hey? What? And then, of course, naturally, in the same thread, you'll get a post of somebody who says, this is a buff. You can think she needs a little more, I do, but people need to recognise this was not a bug. Blizzard put a dead zone, that is the distance a bullet needs to travel after firing before Defense Matrix can kill it. They removed a counterplay to the Defense Matrix. This is not a bug fix. Somebody that agrees, of course, like, nobody wants to know about that. It's like, no, whatever, get out of it. I mean, I get that some people just won't like me for whatever reason. There's lots of reasons why people don't like people. But it makes me feel a bit sad, because I want to be happy. Like, I always try to be, like, jolly and happy. I'm not nasty. I don't attack people. I don't do anything like that. And it's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm not this faceless animal who just goes around spreading disinformation, which is the craziest thing I've honestly ever heard. Oh my god. And this is another thing I get quite often, which this is actually quite funny, and I'm going to address this now, so get ready for it. So, some chap says, for those who need filling in, Stylosa is a slightly above average Overwatch player and YouTuber that caters to normal people who are bad at the game. Right, okay. Have you seen his new series? He plays a video of a match from somebody and goes through saying they should have done this and done that different, like he's some sort of authority on how to play. He's only a slightly above average player at best. Don't know why he thinks he's so good. Well, I don't think I'm so good, right? And I'm not going to be arrogant and go, I know I'm so good. I don't, right? But this is what I've done in Overwatch, right? My Stylosa account, I've not actually played on it for quite a while, and it has, I think it's decayed to about 3.6. So it's in like Masters, like mid-Masters, it's okay. But I've got 2 other accounts that I play on all of the time. And the reason why I don't play on Stylosa so often is because it's quite hard to play on Stylosa. Because when you go into a game, people are like, oh, hello, Sty, and they talk to me. And I love that. But it sort of distracts the team, and I don't want that. So it's like, ooh. So I play on my other accounts, and one of them, which if you watch my channel, there is a video where I talk about how I solo queued this one to Grandmaster, oh my god, and I explain how I did it, which is called State Bait. You can see its stats on the screen right now. I have another account in Grandmaster as well, but I'm not ready to tell you the name of that just yet, because that is for a special series. So if a player can get 2 different accounts into, well, 3 accounts into Grandmaster, one of them was grouping with people, fair enough, but the other 2 were completely solo, and of actually higher than the one that was grouping with people, so the Stylosa account got. Like, I don't want to throw things around here and go, I'm bad at, like, I'm great at the game and all this stuff, and you're bad at the game. That's not fair. I play Overwatch for a living. This is what I do. I play a lot of Overwatch. So to me, it's like self-respect, right? I should be able to get to a decent level if I'm going to make videos that comment on the game. If I'm a lower level player, like if I'm like platinum or gold or something like that, or diamond, I'd say that maybe what I'm saying doesn't hold as much validity as it should, because I'm not playing at the higher levels of the game, which obviously I am. Not much of the population is Grandmaster. So when people say things like this to me, it's very hard for me to sort of explain what I've just done without sounding like an arrogant bastard, like, oh yeah, I'm the best ever. I'm not the best ever. If I was the best ever, I'd be a pro gamer. I'm not. But what I like to do is play Overwatch and share my experiences with people, and that's what I'm doing. Like, so I don't understand why people like to attack me like that, which is just absolutely, it's ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And then you get another one. Like seriously, what do you guys expect from a guy that should be in around plat diamond at best, but gets diamond or higher because his friend's carrying him? Well, I've just explained this. That's not true at all. Not to mention that people ride his for being on YouTube, which I'm sure makes it easier to rank up when your team doesn't shit on you if you do something bad. Well, no, like I just said, it's not that great. It's a very unique situation. Like, this person cannot relate to my situation, because when I play Overwatch, people on the Stylosa account, almost all of the time they'll be like, oh wow, is that Stylosa? And they'll start talking to me. But it means that I become the focus of the game in a good or bad way, and that means that they're not actually playing on the game that well. Like, it's not as great as you think it is. It's not like, oh yeah, suddenly I'm like, oh, it's Stylosa, we best try our hardest, let's carry him. And that doesn't happen. Believe you me, that doesn't happen at all. And then this person goes on to say, if I'm looking for some real insight or gameplay tips, I'd watch pro Overwatch players. Now, that is fine, and I've said in my Grandmaster video, that's what I did. You know, how do you think I'm going to get better? I'm going to have to watch top 500 and pro players, because they're players above me. From those, I will learn. The problem is, you can't, if you are like, I'm going to check this guy's rank. Obviously, I'm not showing any names or anything in this video. We'll see what his rank is. This guy is mid-plat, so he's mid-plat. He's calling me a mid-plat player, which obviously is not true. And then he's saying, go and watch pro Overwatch players. If you're a mid-platinum player, I would not recommend that at all, because you're skipping out loads of development there. Because if you go and watch a pro player like a Tavik, you'll watch them and you'll be like, oh my god, they're insane, because they've got amazing accuracy. You can't just get accuracy like that. You need to go through the development steps to get better as a player. Like, you go through, you know, if this guy's platinum, you've got to go from platinum to diamond, and then you've got to work to master, then to grandmaster, then to top 500, and then like with Tavik to top 10, basically, then join one of the best teams, and then like, that is a massive gap there. So I don't think that's necessarily true. Yeah, you do watch the pro players if you want to get better, but they do, like, remember, they are at the top high level of the game, and they are like amazing at the game. So there are bits that you kind of do need to be filled in, which is like what I do with the, you know, listen, there is a big community of Overwatch YouTube channels out there, and streamers, and people of all kinds of different skill levels. More specifically, the Overwatch YouTubers, though, we, I think, on the whole, are master to grandmaster. I think pretty much all of us are around that level. Some might be lower, but whatever. But what I'll say to that is, it doesn't really matter what your rank is, right? It really doesn't matter, because how many football managers have won the Champions League, or like how many American football managers have won the Super Bowl then as a player and then won it as a manager? It's not a requirement to give advice to be playing at that level. Some people are just very analytical, and they can see the way things should work, and then they can say, hey, this is how it works. What I do on my YouTube channel is I cover Overwatch because I love this game, and I cover all of Overwatch. I cover Overwatch news, I cover Overwatch patch notes, I cover Overwatch tips and guides, Overwatch gameplay, loads and loads and loads of stuff. Like, I make loads of Overwatch stuff because I live Overwatch. I am not some guy who just turns up for an hour a day and makes a video on Overwatch, then goes away. This is not true. In fact, if you are on my Discord server, which I'll put a link in the description, that server, you'll be able to see me, and I am constantly playing Overwatch. People even say, like, oh my god, how much Overwatch are you playing? I'm playing loads of Overwatch because I love the game. I just play loads and loads of Overwatch. So it is a bit disheartening to me when I do see this kind of feedback, which honestly is not fair. It's not fair at all. I know these are comments on the internet, and I know people are probably thinking, Sty, why are you even giving these people the light of day? You know, why are you even talking to them? It's because I don't want people to feel like this about me, because it's just not true. If I was making videos that were like videos I really don't like are videos where people just take, like, if they've been in a game and there's been somebody who's like overly toxic and racist or something like that, then they decide to make a video showing that person's name, showing everything else off about them and all of that stuff, and just slamming them. I don't agree with that. I think when your audience gets to a certain size, you've got to be aware of what you're doing, right? And that is starting witch hunts, and that is not good. It doesn't matter like who the YouTuber is or whatever. I don't think that's a great way to do it, and that's why I don't do that. What I try to do is make everybody better players. I try to make the Overwatch community better. You know, things like I've made videos saying, look, I'd love it if everybody used voice chat. You know, that's just a simple example, because yeah, always talk. I even say like this loads of times. I've said in videos, like when you go into a game, just say, hey guys, at the start, just be positive, don't be negative. I'm not, like, I just don't get why people get this angry with me. It's probably because I've never experienced this sort of size of YouTube channel before, and when you're getting, you know, millions and millions and millions of views a month, that's a lot of people that are watching your stuff, and you're obviously going to get people who don't agree with what you say and are going to take it to the extreme. I know that, but I just wanted to make this video just to reassure people that I don't do this. I don't spread disinformation. None of my videos are clickbait as well, which I don't like. People, when people say that, it's often just a cheap get out thing they'll say to a YouTuber they don't like, because they know it's going to trigger them in a way, and it kind of does. Like, oh my god, I mean, in fact, just look at my latest videos, right? So if I'm just looking at my videos now, we've got the last one I uploaded was Overwatch Godhog. Is Roadhog really OP? Well, there's no clickbait there. It's asking about Roadhog and is he OP. Then I discuss in the video the Overwatch, the capture the flag problem. I explain the problem with capture the flag. Buff details for Bastion. Tank slash barrier buster. Yeah, that's what the dev said he's going to be. You know, yeah. Overwatch news, Diva buff coming. That was fast. That's not clickbait. Overwatch new meta patch, winners and losers. Thank you, mom. Right? Which, yeah, that's a video where I discuss who I think the winners and losers are. Like, none of these videos are clickbait. Clickbait would be a title which just doesn't even refer to the content of the video in an attempt to get you into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa in this unit lost, and this has been a bit of a video where I kind of wanted to take my frustrations out a bit as well. But I hope you guys understand, and yeah, this game is amazing. Like, I always, like, Overwatch is like the holy grail to me. I never thought that I'd ever find a game again where I could just play the game non-stop, because I thought I've got over that. I'm old enough now. It's like, yeah, I've played like EverQuest and games like that in the past, which I just played to death. Counter-Strike, you know, 1.6 and Source, I played that like crazy and all of that stuff. And it's like, I never thought it would happen again, but it has with Overwatch, and it's such an amazing game, holy hell. But I know this is why people get passionate about it. But yeah, alright guys, I'm going to leave a video of that. Do leave comments below, leave feedback below, that's fine. Like, I like feedback. Even if you want to be nasty to me, that's fine. I can take it, I'm a big man. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.